So hello everybody, welcome to another student spotlight. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Anna. I'm a UX designer, and yeah, I was in UX UI 1 for Love Circular. Yeah.
So obviously UX UI, it's a super creative industry. One of my favorite questions to ask these days is where does your creativity come from? What makes you creative?
Oh, uh, I don't know. I've always been like into like arts and crafts, like even as a young child. Yeah, like painting, making stuff, knitting, sewing, and drawing. So yeah, I guess like it's always been there. Um, yeah, yeah, and now it's like professional creative instead of like a messy child creative. Yeah.
Fair enough. So what did you do before getting into UX UI, or was that something that you've always done?
No, so I was in museums. So I was working as a collections management assistant, trainee. So yeah, so I was basically working with the little objects that are in museums and like cleaning them, like yeah, writing about them, filing them. So yeah, I was basically in the arts, I guess. Yeah, completely different, I think.
How did you get into that? Is that something you had to study for or?
I guess I kind of studied for it. So I studied anthropology at uni, and yeah, like working in museums, it makes sense with anthropology. So yeah, yeah. So I guess I kind of studied it, and I always like went to museums all the time, like on weekends and stuff. So yeah, that's how I fell into museums.
So at what point did you decide to switch from that to UX UI? It feels like a bit of a jump, right?
Yeah, it was lockdown, the first lockdown. um, yeah, yeah, it was just a lot of time at home, and yeah, I knew that Zaya was like trying something, and he needed like guinea pigs and whoever wanted to try it. So I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. Um, yeah, let me give it a go. Yeah.
Great. So was Zai your first step into UX UI, or how did you get into it?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, in the first cohort, it was like one-on-one lessons, basically. Um, yeah, and yeah, he taught me like the basis of everything. I know. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So tell me more about the course. How was it for you?
It was really cool. Yeah, I felt like everything was really explained really well, especially not coming from like tech or design or anything. Like I feel like I really got to understand it by the way it was yeah, explained, and then like the little tasks, how it like built up more and more, and then to do a case study. Um, yeah, I felt like I'm yeah, I felt like I asked a lot of silly questions, a lot of like dumb questions, but I feel like it was like I was comfortable enough to ask them, and yeah, and the instructor was like wouldn't like shame me for asking like a silly question. Nothing was silly, basically. So yeah, I felt like moving industries was really easy and nice.
What made it so easy for you?
Um, uh, just I think my enthusiasm made it a bit easier. Yeah, and my like willingness to yeah learn and stick to these deadlines that they put, and yeah, do my own research outside of it. Um, yeah, I think my own willingness made it easier because it didn't feel like anyone was forcing me to do this course. Like it
Mm.
just felt like, oh my gosh, I'm actually like, it just felt like the passion was building and building more over time. And I was like, oh, this is actually quite fun. So yeah.
Cool. I feel like a lot of people could relate to that, like switching from one career to another, because I feel like UX UI isn't something that's like taught in schools. So it's very rare that people like
Yeah.
get into it straight away. So do you have any advice for anyone might be in the similar position to you, like considering switching from something completely different into UX UI?
Um, yeah, I think I would say don't completely write off your previous experiences, like in whatever field you're in, because you can definitely use that in UX UI. Like, yeah, everything that you've learned know, yeah, in your previous jobs and stuff, it's definitely come in handy to do with design, because there's so many things that you can design. Yeah, and they need a designer for, yeah, all these different like industries and websites and services and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the more diverse your background is and more out of tech and design, then the more useful you'll be as a UX UI designer. Yeah.
Okay, I like that actually. Like, that'll give you a bit more confidence to just be like, you know what, I'm different and that's what makes me special.
Yeah, exactly. Like use it. Yeah.
Might as well. Great. Okay. So once Love Circular was done, what did you do after that? What was your next steps?
I was jobless. So it was, oh my gosh, job searching, portfolio reviews after reviews after reviews. I was in everyone's DMs on LinkedIn. Like, yeah, I was kind of like networking, I guess, and just, yeah, trying to build some kind of online presence for myself. Yeah, which was like really hard when you're not really like on social media like that. So yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, trying to network as much as possible, see any opportunity, show people my work, and yeah, and then also design things that I like, and yeah, things that I would like to be paid to design, if you get what I mean. So like, yeah, in my spare time, maybe design an app that I would like to see in hopes that someone would message. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you tell
Yeah.
me more about that? Like how you went about kind of getting yourself out there?
And yeah, so it was kind of like yeah, putting on my portfolio, like yeah, trying to make my own case studies for like fields that I'm interested in. And then yeah, it was kind of like organizing calls with more experienced designers and seeing what they thought of my portfolio. And yeah, and then obviously Love Circular, Zai and Kieran, yeah, we'd go back to them, be like, what do you guys think? And yeah, just like constantly getting feedback really, and just yeah, constant feedback.
Oh, that must have been scary though, like approaching people in the industry that you know nothing about. Like how was that? How did that feel?
You just feel like you just beg, like yeah, but you just have to firm it. You just have to firm it because like I couldn't do it by myself, and I don't know everything. So yeah, you just have to just ask people stuff, and some people are really willing to help, and they'll like do even more than you ask for. So yeah, some people are really nice in this industry, and will like put you on to other things or connect you with someone else. Like yeah, it's just the step to just firming it and being a beg.
Just be a beg and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so after putting yourself out there, I assume somebody saw something, right? Like, how did it go from there?
Yeah, so I think initially I really wanted to design for children and do like, I also, so like drawing and stuff. So I also wanted to do like graphic design for children. Yeah, so I was applying around, yeah, I was applying for fields, yeah, around children and designing for them. And then I landed a graphic design like freelance opportunity with Barbie and Milk Honeybees. Yeah, yeah. So that was
Barbie! Oh my
like,
God.
it was crazy. Oh my
I
gosh!
didn't
When I
know I
tell
was
you,
talking to a
manifest,
celebrity.
like,
Like, oh my God. Talent.
but oh my gosh, yeah, that was crazy. And yeah, I felt like it was because like yeah, I was certain of yeah, that's the type of field that I want to work in, and yeah, that was a really cool opportunity, and yeah, it was a really great project to do. Um, yeah, yeah.
Was there anything in particular that you learned from your very first UX UI role that has really stuck with you?
I think so. Yeah, I think learning how to translate things from like just normal language to like tech language. because yeah, maybe like a client or something, like clients that I've worked with in the past, they're just like, okay, I'm not sure how you would do this, but could you do it in the way? And obviously from like Love Circular and like all the tech like networks I'm a part of, everyone uses specific words for things like that they're called. But yeah, as like a person who doesn't work in that, it's kind of hard for them to, yeah, I guess like explain that. But yeah, if you know what I mean. But it's just like translating what they want into, yeah, techie terms. I think that's what stuck with me, because I'm just like, no one's gonna say to you, oh, could I have a wireframe of this and da 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 da, and a banner and a this and a that, and yeah, people are just gonna be like, could you make this pretty, please? And then you have to like figure it out for yourself, basically. Yeah.
Interesting. So what you're telling me is you're bilingual now.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, great. So after Barbie, what came next?
Oh my gosh. Then the current, yeah, it was, yeah, what I'm currently doing now, which is coming to an end now, which is designing for Spotify. Yeah, and that was just like,
Oh my God.
that was just,
These are some big names.
yeah,
Agreed.
I was just like, this
One time
is
for you
like,
because wow, that's amazing.
yeah, which has been like a really, really cool opportunity to be a part of, yeah, Spotify and building this Spotify Insights brand. Yeah, so I've been doing that the past couple of months, and yeah, I feel like I've learned so much with like UX UI, and actually, yeah, I feel like there's a lot that you learn in like Love Circular and like boot camps and stuff, but then when you're actually in the role, it's like you're still learning. Like the learning never stops, basically. Yeah, which I really enjoy.
Great. Okay. So now Spotify is done. What's next?
Uh, yeah, then I'll be going into a full-time position with And Digital as a UX UI designer. So, yeah, that's
And
where I'll
how
be.
feeling? You excited?
Yeah, I think it'll be really cool. Yeah, always like, yeah, again, I'm just really looking forward to learning more and just like, yeah, dipping into like various, I don't know, brands and ideas and different ways of, yeah, designing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck. It should be amazing. So do you have any advice for anyone that is kind of like looking into getting into UX UI, but they're not sure, like what would you tell them?
Yeah. Look all over the internet because there's a huge community online of designers. Yeah, look at what they're doing, what they're posting. Yeah, the cool projects that they're working on, just to see if this is something that you potentially want to do. Yeah, I was saying even like YouTube day in the life of UX UI designer, like, you know, the little morning routine, but just see if this is really for you, because there's so much online about UX UI design. Yeah, so yeah, I think, yeah, just have a look.
Okay, cool. Maybe I will. Do you so when it comes to, you know, UX UI obviously is quite creative, but surely there's more to it than that. Is there anything you can tell us about actually, you know, working in the industry, working in the field that maybe you didn't know before you actually got there?
Yeah, that is more than just pretty boxes on a screen. Um, at the end of the day, it's like the experience and how people feel and who your audience is and like what's the goal. And it's just making people's lives easier. Yeah, which you really find out after like a bit of designing and testing things. Yeah, that it is, yeah, it's more than just a screen, basically. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming you're enjoying it, right?
Yeah, I really am.
What would you say is your favorite part about the whole process?
Um, there's so many. but I do proper like the final end. um, no, it's actually seeing people use what you've designed, because you're like, oh, okay. Like, and even seeing them use it in a mad way. Because obviously in your head, you're like, okay, the user journey is this, 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 and they'll use it like this. And they'll be using it like this. But I'm just like, oh, look, it's so cool though. But yeah, seeing it as like a clickable, moving thing, like a real life thing, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I did that.
It's just that proud moment. You just,
Yeah, it's big.
I feel you. Oh, that's great. Okay. Cool. So if you could also go back in time and speak to yourself on like your first day of doing anything UX UI related, like whether it was starting your first job or starting even the course, what would you say to yourself?
I've given one slap. No, but
Not the abuse.
it's just, yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Reach out to people. Believe in your source. Yeah, like try things, explore. Yeah, be serious, fam. That's what I say. But yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's what I'd say. I think I'd understand. I'd understand hearing that. Yeah.
Cool. That's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Anna. This has been great. This has
It's
been
all
really
right.
cool. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
All right. Bye.